On the 11th of September 2007, these two men changed hip-hop forever.
Like now, people are gonna remember this date for the rest of their life. People talk about it every day, in the barbershops they're talking about it, at the offices they're talking about it, the internet's talking about it. This date is building up so much.
That's right. It's impossible for you not to know Kanye West and 50 Cent is out September 11th.
Except for when you kept on telling people I moved the date.
I had to do it.
Kanye West and 50 Cent decided to release their third studio albums, Graduation and Curtis, on the same day. And this came as a shock to everyone. These days, we are all used to rappers shifting release dates for each other. But back in 2007, these two icons decided to compete for the highest first week sales and the #1 spot.
What I'm doing right now, the music I'm dropping, I want it. I want the #1 spot. I will have it. You know, this is what I'm going for, and I want to beat the press. I want to beat, you know, anybody that ever like tried to make me out to be just so crazy and so this and so that. Thank you. You just adding to the excitement. You're giving me stuff to write about. I want.
It's the competitive nature of hip hop. We got to compete on some levels.
At that time, this 50 versus Kanye sales battle was like the Super Bowl of hip-hop, and this moment changed the landscape of hip-hop forever. During this period, Kanye hadn't fully been accepted by hip-hop fans, even though he was already hugely successful. But 50 Cent, on the other hand, was the face of hip-hop at that time. This was the story of a college dropout with a backpack going against a gangster who always wore a bulletproof vest. This image had hip-hop fans questioning themselves, and the outcome of this sales battle gave the rap community a makeover, as it proved that you don't have to be a gangster to succeed in hip-hop. But before we dive fully into this story, let's make one thing clear. This was no beef. I mean, these two men couldn't stand face to face without laughing at each other, so you know it was just good vibes and competition.
The competitive nature of this art form doesn't exist in R&B or in classical music or jazz. And they make great music, but it's not as competitive as hip-hop. That's why you get the friction. They say it's beef. That's a new terminology for battling.
Releasing their albums on the same day was a strategic, brilliant marketing move. The release date for Ye's album was initially in October 2006, but because he was producing for other artists, he had to change the date. He then announced on a song that it would be released in late August 2007. But he changed it yet again, and later announced that the album would be released on the 18th of September 2007. 50's album was to be released on the 26th of August 2006. However, 50 then pushed back his release date to the 4th of September, as he stated that he needed more time to finish the album. And behind the scenes, 50 felt like Interscope Records weren't doing enough to promote his album. 50 Cent had dropped 2 singles leading up to the release of the album. However, he believed that his label wasn't doing enough to promote the singles Straight to the Bank and Amusement Park on the radio. These 2 songs weren't performing well on the charts, so 50 decided to push back his release date so he could record new songs for the album. Meanwhile, Kanye's singles were doing numbers. Can't Tell Me Nothing peaked at number 41 on the Hot 100, while the second single, Stronger, actually reached number 1 on the charts. 50 Cent then dropped a third single called I Get Money, and this time the song did well on the charts. The song debuted at number 75 and peaked at number 20. I Get Money was a huge success on the streets, and there were several rappers freestyling to the beat.
Put your hands down, listen for a second and check it. Snoopy Digo Duck with Chico flowing like I'm on a record, but I'm not. I'm on BET 106 in Park, and I'm hot off the block. Oh yes, I'm fresh indeed. Oh yes, it's me.
However, on the 13th of July 2007, 50's album was pushed back once again. Interscope Records announced that 50's new album would be pushed back another week and released on the 11th of September 2007. Just 6 days after 50's new date was announced, Kanye West revealed that his new album would be released on the same date, September 11th. Everyone was surprised by this decision, as it meant both artists would be competing for sales. Jay-Z was the president of Def Jam, and he initially pushed back on the decision. But he later agreed to follow Kanye on the release date and decided to embrace the competition and allow Ye and Fifth to go head-to-head. Now, I don't think many people realize how big this moment was for hip-hop. This 50 Cent and Ye battle essentially put hip-hop at the forefront of pop culture. Before this sales battle, the only other occasion that has garnered so much headlines for hip-hop was the unfortunate deaths of Tupac and Biggie. But when it was announced that 50 and Ye will be dropping on the same day, the sales battle was the only thing everyone was talking about. It was later revealed that it was 50's idea, and he convinced Kanye that both of them would drop on the same day. This was a brilliant marketing move from 50 Cent. Both rappers were confident in their star power and believed they could outsell each other. I mean, 50 Cent's last album, The Massacre, sold 1.15 million copies in its first 4 days alone, while Kanye's Late Registration sold 860,000 copies in its first week, so you could see where their confidence was coming from. However, unfortunately for 50 Cent, he was having several issues with his label Interscope, and particularly the CEO, Jimmy Iovine. While 50 was promoting the third single, I Get Money, his label Interscope Records leaked another track off the album featuring Justin Timberlake called Ayo Technology. And while this might just seem like another little hiccup to you, let me break it down to you why this was a major problem. This had a huge effect on 50's album rollout, because the budget that was supposed to be used to promote I Get Money was now being split into two. This means that there was no longer enough marketing dollars to promote I Get Money, and the other single, Ayo Technology, wasn't being promoted properly as well. Both songs were now only getting half the promotion that they should have gotten.
This album, I threw Straight to the Bank out there, and then Amusement Park was supposed to be the joint that they was going to assist me with going after.
True.
And then when that came, it grew at the same pace that Straight to the Bank grew. And I was like, yo, it still don't feel like it's a difference in the support for the actual record. So I had to go back in and create something different. So when I came back with I Get Money, it was like, I was actually upset that Ayo Technology leaked.
Yeah, that kind of cut
into I Get Money a little bit.
But then again, it was almost like you had something for both audiences.
Right, at the same time.
So.
You know what's crazy is, like, I knew for a fact that the record was leaking from Interscope, because the first two records, Straight to the Bank and Amusement Park, weren't playing at the station that played Ayo Technology first.
Oh, okay.
So that's an indication to me that they delivered it to Top 40 in the crossover before they sent it to Hot 97.
So why would a label be sabotaging its own artists? Well, 50 Cent's problem with Jimmy Iovine seemed to be because he was beefing with various Interscope artists at the same time. The beef with Interscope artists was killing their careers and affecting the label's money. At some point, 50 was even calling himself Curtis Interscope Jackson. And for the label, it's not fun having an artist you can't control. On the other hand, everything was working perfectly for Ye. He had a label that was perfectly in tune with his plans, and his mentor Jay-Z was the CEO of Def Jam at that time. Jay-Z was coming to the end of his tenure as the Def Jam CEO, so winning this battle was like his swan song. Jay and 50 also had some history. In fact, 50 stated that it felt like he was also competing with Jay-Z and not just Kanye. But what made this sales battle quite interesting is that although 50 and Ye were competing against each other, they were never disrespectful to each other. 50 Cent had even heard Kanye's album before it was released, and it was even 50 who told Ye to release Can't Tell Me Nothing as the first single off the album.
You see what I'm saying? Like, Kanye West is a talented producer. In fact, I actually stopped by the studio to see if he could provide a different creative direction for myself. And I heard some of the material that he had at that point. I was like, wow, you know, some joints there, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, when 50 said that Can't Tell Me Nothing was his favorite joint, we went with Can't Tell Me Nothing first.
And it worked.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
About a month to the release date of the album on August 10, 2007, 50 announced that if Kanye outsold him, he would quit music. This obviously generated more interest in the battle. But while 50 was trying to generate more interest in the battle to ensure he sells more records, he was sabotaged once again. The video to his song Follow My Lead, featuring Robin Thicke, which was supposed to be the 5th single from the album, was leaked. And 50 Cent lost his shit after this happened. He reportedly ripped out a plasma TV at the G-Unit office in New York and then threw his phone through a window. Once again, 50 stated that Interscope Records was responsible for the leak. 50 made his feelings about Interscope Records clear during every interview he had, as he continued to go at the label. But this wouldn't even be the worst leak that would happen to 50 Cent during this period. As the release date drew closer, 50 and Ye started to do various promo runs and appear at shows together. At the Screamfest event, which took place in Madison Garden on August 22, 2007, 50 was brought to the show by Ciara. He and Ciara performed together before 50 performed his song, I Get Money. After this performance, 50 was supposed to leave the show. But you know 50 only does what 50 Cent wants. T.I. brought Jay-Z on stage and they were all having a moment. Jay was going to bring Kanye on stage to perform Can't Tell Me Nothing, and Kanye would have gotten a chance to promote his album. 50 realized this and decided to share the moment with them. He surprised everyone by getting on stage while Jigga and T.I. were performing. Jay was clearly pissed by this and he even told 50 to leave. But 50 Cent wasn't having none of it. Instead, he ended up creating one of the funniest moments by running around on stage.
We got, hey.
You can get down, nigga. You can get down. It's all good.
This a real special moment, ain't it?
Come on, you can get some, nigga.
This a real special moment,
Let's
ain't
go.
it? Hey. Yeah.
I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven. When I awoke, I spent that on a Netflix. Bought more jewelry, more Louis V. My mama couldn't get through to me. The drama, people suing me. I'm on TV talking like it's just you and me.
50 talked about this incident on Hot 97, and he called the running on stage his victory laps.
And you run up on stage when he's doing a little too much.
Yeah. He ain't like that. Yeah, she ain't like that.
You didn't like it? Tell me again what he said to you when you ran on the stage.
You had to come up here, huh?
That's so great.
Because he was going to have a moment. So he had to share.
So you ran up there.
Yeah, and then my victory laps.
50 Cent's worst nightmare then became reality on the 30th of August, 2007. Just 12 days before the official release date, the clean version of 50's album completely leaked online. This would obviously have a huge impact on sales, and this is why many media houses already stated that Ye won the battle. This means fans could now listen to all 17 songs before the album was even released. 50 Cent believed that his label was once again responsible for the leak. Then on the 9th of September, just 2 days before the official release, the MTV VMAs happened. 50 and Ye both appeared at the show. Kanye also performed at the award show and was able to promote his album even more. However, even though he was nominated, Ye didn't win any awards. Kanye truly went off after this. This led to the infamous Kanye rant, where he stated that he would never return to MTV.
MTV, tell them what the I said. 5 nominations, lost the Black Eyed Peas last year, man. I'm never coming to MTV. Y'all find Britney. Get Britney. Get a real artist. Get Britney Spears. Man, that's 2 years in a row, man. Get on this man. I love this nigga, but man, goddamn, man. Give this a chance, man. Give a black man a chance. I'm trying hard, man. I got the #1 record, man. I'm trying, man. I'll give a.
Then on the release date, the 11th of September 2007, 50 Cent and Kanye appeared on BET's 106 & Park together, and Kanye finally addressed what happened at the MTV Awards.
Well, I don't want to speak too much on it, but everybody thinks that, I really snap out because of not winning, but it's just a lot of things that happen behind the scenes where you're just not given a fair shake, I feel like. And then this is the answer they wrote for me. I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Talk to us, dog.
It was always my dream to open the award show with Stronger. And they talked me into doing a sweet thing. And when they had Britney open, I said, how you gonna have Britney open because she not ready? We touring across the world, give it to the artists that deserve it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been mad if they opened with Fall Out Boy, if they opened with Timbaland, the way I are. I wouldn't have been mad at that, you know what I'm saying? So they told me, man, that theater stage, it don't look good, man. You don't want to perform that because you know me, I need that big stage.
We got the biggest stage we have, and we got it for you. There you go.
They told me that. I said, I need that big stage. He said, you don't want, they gonna be sitting down. You don't want that. You just need the suite. So then I came in and I seen that stage. I said, let me get down there. Brittany, do not do that. Let me get that chance. But then they gave me a suite. They gave Justin and Timberland a suite. You know, Justin is my favorite artist and also my biggest competition. I feel like we Mike and Prince of the day, or today. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting backstage, you know, I already ate the fact I ain't win no awards, and I seen Justin getting ready. I'm like, where you going? He said, we're going to perform. I said, where? He said, on the main stage. I said, the stage that they ain't let me perform on? And that's when I got the comments from backstage. I said, give a black man a chance, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Middle America. I'm sorry, Red States, you know, but I just can't do it, man. I can't get with it, man. So that's what it is, man. And MTV has helped me a lot, you know, and that's all it is, man.
50 Cent and Kanye West were also meant to perform at the 106 & Park show. 50 performed with Tony Yayo as his hype man, but when Kanye got on stage, he brought Jay-Z out to perform. And 50 later revealed in his book, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, that this isn't what was meant to happen. 50 stated that unlike Interscope, Ye's label was doing everything to ensure that he beat 50 Cent. 50 explained that BET had told both he and Kanye that they were not allowed to have guests on the show. This is why 50 Cent didn't bring Eminem on the show. However, he was surprised when he saw Kanye bring Jay-Z, which showed that Jay-Z had found a way around the no guest rule. 50 Cent stated that Interscope simply weren't as motivated as Jay-Z.
He brought his big brother with him, and his big brother ain't no competition for me.
Kanye, how do you feel about that?
You gonna let him talk about your big brother like that?
How you feel about that?
You know, it's a lot of room over. It's a lot of room over there, man.
Yeah, where's big brother at?
Oh, do we gotta call Jay out?
Where's big brother at?
I think he's grown. I think he can handle this by himself.
You know, I'm a horse, so I had to hand the mic off, you know, to my big brother, help me out a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
This interview also showed that there was no bad blood between Ye and 50. Ye stated that he and 50 are the biggest rock stars in hip-hop.
What do you guys think of the state of hip-hop right now, like overall?
I feel like it's in a great state, you know. Kenny Chesney came out thinking he finna outsell either of us, and everybody's come out to the stores, you know, standing up, you know. It just shows you how big this music is, and you take the two biggest rock stars in hip-hop right now, put them together, and we're gonna do numbers like you never seen before.
All right, now.
When the sales results were revealed on the 18th of September, Kanye's Graduation sold 957,000 copies, while 50 Cent's Curtis sold 691,000 copies. Kanye won the sales battle, but these figures also show the commercial power of these two artists at the time. This would only be the second time since Nielsen SoundScan started collecting sales data that two albums will sell over 600,000 copies in the same week. So this was a great day for hip-hop. Kanye also won 4 Grammys with this album. He won Album of the Year, Best Rap Solo Performance, and Best Rap Song. Kanye sold more albums than 50 in America, but the numbers also showed 50's power on a global scale. Curtis was the #1 album in Australia, New Zealand, #1 in Irish albums, and #1 on the European albums chart. And 50 Cent winning best-selling hip-hop artist at the World Music Awards also confirmed that he probably sold more globally. Graduation was obviously a very dope album. Some people even argue that it is Kanye's best album, better than My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy. And I'm not saying that about Kanye because of 50's label's issues, but this was obviously a factor. Without his label issues, it's possible that 50 Cent might have won the sales battle. Also, Eminem had just lost Proof months before the album was released. And if you understand what Proof means to M, then you would understand why he couldn't support 50 Cent as much as Jay-Z supported Kanye at the time. So, 50 also revealed that Jimmy Iovine even told him to his face that he didn't like him.
Me and Jimmy, I don't even know where the disconnect happened. I know where my actual issues with him were created from, but for him, like we had a communication, we spoke to each other, and he expressed that he didn't like me. You see what I'm
personally,
saying? Right.
And,
So,
he didn't go around and tell it to somebody. He told
me.
He told you personally.
Yeah. So I mean, from there.
Oh, you on the phone and he?
Nah, we was face to face. We was talking.
Kept it 100.
See, you know what?
You know what? You respect that, right?
Yeah.
I don't dislike 50 Cent. Never stopped liking 50 Cent at whatsoever. He came to my office, and this is what I said. I said, 50, I'm not even sure if I like you, but because he wished to give me a hard time. I said, but I'm gonna give you a great idea. You need to get into television. And he recently has said that day that I said that to him is one of the days that inspired him to do television. But it was meant more as a joke. He said, I said, I don't like you. I said, no. I said, I'm not sure if I even like you, because he's one of those guys that just, drive you nuts. But I dig him, man. We had a lot of success together. When I have a lot of success with somebody, I'm not gonna dislike them. There's no chance. He's a funny guy.
For any artist selling more than not just 600,000, but almost 700,000 in their first week would probably be the biggest win of their career. So although 50 lost the sales battle, this was still a win for him. And I love the fact that Kanye stayed respectful and humble after he won.
I'd heard that you were really arrogant and really full of yourself and really out of control.
No, that's not what it is. I fight for what I think is the best at the time. The year before the Grammys, 50 Cent didn't win any Grammys. I went on TV the next day and I said, you all robbed 50 Cent of his Grammy. He was the most important thing. He was the soundtrack to our life in 2003. Now, when it was my turn, I was just being an advocate for what was the best out there, which just so happened to be me.
Kanye's win also opened the door for the likes of Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and many other rappers of the 2010s. In the end, this proved to be a very smart marketing gimmick, and I actually wish many rappers take this route and do it more. So, do you think 50 would have sold more if he didn't have those label issues? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe as well. Stay safe, everyone. Peace.